that rallied at the end of the year. You win your last 8 games. There's so many people around this league. I know how close-knit you are. The coaches, the history you have together here, it goes way back. And to share this with so many people you're close to, this has got to be the night of your life.
Yeah, I have so many people to thank. My wife, Chris, Jake, Christy. My mom's up there. She's 95. Love you, Mom. But now, this really belongs to our coaching staff and our players. This is your trophy. I didn't do a damn thing. You guys won this game, all right? You came together as a band of brothers.
Talked about overcome to get to this game and to get to this point right here. How special is this night for you of all the great things you've accomplished?
I'm so proud of all these guys down here. Everything we dealt with all year. We had a rough month in November, but VA had all the confidence in us. The team had a lot of confidence. We came together at the right time. I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we? We ended up playing our best game of the year.
And welcome back here to the Mass Steel podcast. Right now, as we're just seeing another dominating Super Bowl here, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be questioning in the next coming days, which I'm sure. But at the end of the day, too, give a hell of a lot of credit to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kansas City Chiefs, first off and foremost, let's just congratulate them on a wonderful season. They were worthy champions this past year, to be honest. Let's not take anything away from them. But I will say this right now. Today, when you really look at a defensive clinic put on by Todd Bowles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I thought especially like the last 3 games were very key when you take a look at it. I mean, when you look at the Bucs playoff run, I mean, everything that they had to go through. And I knew the momentum was starting to build for the Bucs when they beat the New Orleans Saints, let's not forget, back in the divisional round of the playoffs. And a lot of it, too, when you really truly look at it right now, what they've been able to overcome right now, and to get to this point and be able to hold that Lombardi trophy right there. I mean, think about it. You give up 46 points in your last 2 games. I mean, heading into this, pretty much giving up 69 points for the entirety of the playoffs right here. Todd Bowles, former head coach of the New York Jets, definitely went out. He did his job tonight. And congratulations to him. Bruce Arians, the head coach right there, former Steeler coach right now. He gets his first official championship ring as a head coach in his coaching career. And couldn't happen to a greater guy right there. Had a lot of criticisms about him. Had my doubts if this was even going to work. I remember there's some tough growing pain and love with him and Tom Brady, but they managed to pull together right there. Very much a different team from when they got shellacked 38-3 versus New Orleans Saints on Sunday Night Football. They the rest of the way ever since that game, since that unforgettable loss. I mean, when you truly look at it, I mean, they went 6-2 the rest of the way to close out the season, and then 4-0 in the playoffs. So they went 10-2 the rest of the way ever since then. And I mean, you really look at it right here, what they've been able to do right here. I mean, all together. I mean, Todd Bowles, I mean, just did a terrific job. I think he just did a great job as a defense coordinator. I mean, a guy who, by the way, served a lot in this league for the entirety of his coaching career. And he earns his second Super Bowl ring right now. He has first one with the Green Bay Packers back in 1996 as a player personnel staff. So he began his coach career back in 1995. So this is his 26th season. I mean, overall in his football career right now. And you look at everything right here. I mean, the guy who's had some doubts as a Jets head coach comes up with teams with Todd Bowles right there. I heard Dale Lally point out too, by the way. I mean, he had a lot of coaches on this coaching staff, and Bob Pompiani too, 937 The Fan, shout out real quickly, a lot with Pittsburgh ties. I mean, of course, and the Steelers. I mean, of course, Bruce Arians, which we already know right there. He has first 2. He actually got 3 altogether. Excuse me. And I believe he was a wide receivers coach or a quarterbacks coach when he was with the Steelers, I want to say. But anyway, this will be his third overall. And then you also have on here, too, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, who was a former backup quarterback to Ben Roethlisberger. He gets his second. You also got quarterbacks Harold Goodwin right here. He's a quarterbacks coach. Outside linebackers coach Larry Foote. Offensive assistant Antoine Randall, and speed and conditioning coach Roger Kingdom. And, of course, last but not least, Tom Moore, who won 2 Super Bowl rings with the Steelers in the 70s, their final 2 in that decade, 78 and 79. So he earns his 4th Super Bowl ring overall in his coaching career as right now as an offensive consultant. Not the offensive coordinator, but still a big role. I mean, nonetheless, and for Tom Brady to have him in his corner, just marvelous after all these years. I mean, he mentioned that about a week ago going into this game. And I got to tell you right now, I mean, the Super Bowl right now almost reminded me of Super Bowl 18 when you had the Washington Redskins at the time, which they were called, taking on the Los Angeles Raiders. They came in as defending Super Bowl champions. They got shellacked 38-9. That was almost the identical score tonight. 1 touchdown shy of that. When you really look at it, I mean, you look at the defensive clinic, like I said, that Todd Bowles they'll put on right here, and you look at across the board real quick. I'm gonna get into my game balls a little early right now. I had it voting, and I put this out on Twitter and stuff. I know Tom Brady had 3 touchdowns, 0 picks in this game, only passed for 201 yards. I did not think he was the guy who was ultimately going to be Super Bowl MVP. I thought someone else should have gotten it. My vote went to Devin White if that would happen. He led both teams in total tackles at 12, which 8 of them were solo, 2 tackles for loss. He had pass deflection, and he also had pick two, one of 2 picks in this game right here, which was a huge difference in this game, which helped the Buccaneers be +2 in the turnover ratio in this game. And you look at it right here. And the biggest story of this game right here, I mean, when you really think about it, so just flat out simply and try right here. All the penalties in this game tonight, which really did not help the Chiefs in any favor. I mean, with this game, it was just unbelievably lopsided, if you ask me. I mean, look at the total penalties right here. You had the Chiefs. They had 11 penalties for 120 yards, while the Bucs only had 4 for 39. So I thought that was real huge, especially at the end of the first half right there, when you have like a flag near the end zone right there. Of course, you're going to put the ball on the 1-yard line. Buccaneers, they did not run it. They were able to get a 1-yard touchdown pass to Antonio Brown. And really right there, they really just started to just pull away little by little. That put them up 21-6 at the half in that contest right there. And when you truly look at everything, because here's what it was. Here's how the scoring went down in the first half for this game, which 2 touchdown passes, first 2 touchdown passes, which were thrown by Brady to Rob Gronkowski. He had an 8-yard touchdown pass and a 17-yard touchdown pass. And then, of course, a 1-yard touchdown pass, as I alluded to, Antonio Brown. Then you go in the second half right here, this game, third quarter, 27-yard touchdown run by Leonard Fournette with 7:45 left to go. And then a 52-yard field goal by Ryan Suckup with 2:46 left to go in the third quarter. I thought the penalties in this game was a huge advantage for the Bucs. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it only get penalized 4 times, but at the same time too, I mean, there was a lot of stuff going into this game too with Patrick Mahomes playing with the turf toe injury, which he's gonna have surgery on shortly after this game. I mean, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did a very good job chasing them around. I felt in the first half, watching this game, he was very elusive. They were having a hard time. He was not going to let them get to him. I mean, he found a way plenty of times of escapes. He made some ridiculous throws that were nearly caught in the second half, as you just saw, like especially in the fourth quarter, where they chased him so far off. One just hit like the bounced off his one receiver, hit the pylon, and another one just dropped to the ground right there. And right here, I mean, Arthur Motes too. I was like watching his YouTube live channel. Shout out to Arthur Motes, by the way. Feel free to check out his podcast, his YouTube channel, by just searching Arthur Motes. He usually does some live streams, especially during Steelers games from time to time. So make sure to hit him up. But I will say this: at the end of the day, the Buccaneers, they definitely were the more physical team. They kept at it in this contest here. I mean, when you truly think about it and you put this all together, I mean, in perspective, I think right now, the way the Buccaneers were able, like with Todd Bowles, like I said, it was able to help dissect this team right here and what they've been able to do. I mean, as a unit, they had 8 quarterback hits on Patrick Mahomes, while the Chiefs only had 2. And they got 3 quarterback sacks off those hits. So I thought that was huge right there. I mean, the speed of the Buccaneers was able to match the Kansas City Chiefs' speed. Now, this is the point where I'm getting to what Arthur Motes made on. You've seen, I mean, within last year especially, including like this, not so much this playoff run, but and the fact too, it's just, I mean, how many times we've seen the Chiefs where they would be down a little bit and they could just easily just come from behind and just start putting up points. I mean, remember, they overcame a 10-point deficit last year against the San Francisco 49ers in Miami. And right there, and they were able to get away with it. They were able to score, I think it was 21 points in that contest to win that Super Bowl. You know what? The Chiefs, they just did not get so lucky. And I really do believe, too, right now, I mean, when you look at it, Andy Reid, too, let's not forget his son right there, too, who's actually getting investigated by the police right now. And just remember, they had that multi-car crash incident. Remember, he's the outside linebackers coach for the Chiefs. And pretty much had some young kids, I think, injured in that crash right there. A lot of victims who got hurt there. And he's being questioned right now. And like I said, I mean, I don't think Andy Reid's mind was able to focus properly for this game today. I think his presence was there, but his mind was, I think, was totally somewhere else in this contest. And I just don't really feel like right there, like this was, I think he had a lot on his plate. Because even was saying, too, I mean, after the game, too, in regards to that, right here, when we look at it,
shotgun snap, they rush 5, he moves out of harm's way, he's grabbed, he spins, he's back to the 30, he curls back, he's being chased, he's tripped up, he throws a pass into the end zone, knocked away, incomplete, while he was airborne and getting ready to hit the grass. He threw the ball, he throws it incomplete.
Very hard to even try and just get ready for a game like this. Anytime you have anything with family happen at a big moment like this, that is very tough to try and overcome. I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, like I said, I think the Chiefs, let's not take anything away from them. They went for this contest here. I mean, this season they went 14-2 to finish the season. They got the ultimate bye right here. I mean, you had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come in here as the number 5 seed, was able to beat, I mean, tough defenses along the way. I mean, with the Washington football team, the New Orleans Saints, Packers somewhat, Chiefs not so much. They did enough to make plays. I'm more like a bend but don't break defense. But like I said, I will really, if I had to give the Super Bowl MVP, I would not have given it to Brady. I would definitely have given it to Devin White. But again, too, when you make history like this, too, like I said, the 3 touchdown interception ratio and not getting sacked, I could see why they give it to him. But I totally disagree with that. I don't know about anyone else. I just did not think he was that guy. But he definitely deserves a hell of a lot of credit for what he's able to bring with him to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or should we say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, right now. And here we go right now. I mean, this guy, the attitude, what he's got, his 7th ring, his 5th Super Bowl MVP. Unbelievable right here. Never gets old. And this guy could still keep going. And you got Antonio Brown, too. I mean, who's interested in sticking around right now, too. We had Brooke Pryor, too, the ESPN NFL Nation reporter who covers the Pittsburgh Steelers. She was able to put up on Twitter, too, from Antonio Brown. He said he would love to come back another year in Tampa. This is a great spot here for me, and I'd love to come back and give it a shot at a 2-peat right there. And congratulations, Antonio Brown. Congratulations, my man. Listen, this guy was in a bad spot a year ago. I really do felt sorry for the guy. Last year, I almost felt like I wanted to go to bed crying when I heard he had to have a tracking device on him. Everything they went through in his personal life, you would have thought this guy was like at, the ultimate dead end. And there's people even questioning, like, was this guy going to even be alive, or was he going to be able to, like, have some happiness in his life? Because honestly, he was going down quite a black hole ever since moving on from the Raiders, then getting parting ways with the New England Patriots right there, having to move ways. It just right there. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff that just plummeted for him. And just to think, Tom Brady was the guy who was able to stay with him this entire time, keep his head in the game somehow. And just not like that, too. And I think with Brady right now, too, I mean, having his input as far as like having the guys who are not during the offseason, he was able to have come on aboard. As you saw, Boomer Esiason made a great point after the game. I mean, he referred to guys like Rob Gronkowski, who had 2 touchdown passes in this game, along with Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, made some huge plays in this contest. 4 touchdowns from those guys right there. And yeah, the Bucks defense right there. Also got to think of guys like Dominic Sue right now. Dominic Sue is another guy who's waited a long time for this moment right here. I mean, he was last at the Super Bowl 2 years ago with the LA Rams, where they lost 13-3. Well, I tell you what, LA Rams fans, no offense, I know the unforgivable thing how you could not score any points. It was a miserable scoring in that game, the lowest in Super Bowl history. But I tell you what, at least the Rams played defense on the Patriots, and so did the Patriots. Both teams played defense. The Chiefs, they did not. Very disappointing. And just watching the trend of this game, I mean, let's be honest. Whenever you see a team kick field goals throughout this game, and you're not getting any touchdowns, you're holding the field goals right here. And then not only that, too, I mean, the Chiefs did not have many red zone opportunities. They went 0 for 3 in this contest. The Bucks were able to outcontrol the Chiefs with time of possession, barely a little over 3 minutes. But I just definitely do feel like right now, how much was the turf toe a distraction for Patrick Mahomes? How much was that bothering him? I mean, because he was able to move. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time too, he was definitely starting to feel the heat of this pass rush here for this contest. So there you have it right there. Right now, Bucks +2 in the turnover ratio because of the 2 picks by Devin White, and the other guy I think was Antoine Winfield was the other one. Just bear with me here. Yeah, so Antoine Winfield Jr. and Devin White each had a pick apiece right here. And the only thing I felt like the Chiefs had going for them tonight was the special teams, which was on the kickoff returns. I mean, you had Brian Pringle right now. He had 3 returns on the kick returns for 87 yards, averaging 29 yards a carry right there. He had a few where he almost could have broke right there. And like I said, I think the biggest true moment in this game when the Chiefs got up to like around close to the 4-yard line early, like winding down in the first half, and the Bucks were able to hold them down to 3 points. They went up 3-0, And then ever since the Chiefs went up to 3-0, the Bucks were able to outscore them 31-6 the rest of the way. Huge story right there. Well, like I said, congratulations. Bucks not only host the Super Bowl in their home stadium, but they're able to finish the deal and hoist the Lombardi Trophy right now. They just heard some great stuff right there too. And you know what? Let's be honest right now. Where would you rank this Super Bowl defense performance by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I mean, look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, back in the history of their franchise right now, when they were last in the Super Bowl back in 2002 against the Oakland Raiders, Super Bowl 37. Remember, that year the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 9 takeaways for scores, for their scoring offense, for touchdowns. They were able to beat the Raiders 48-21. This one, 31-9. Bucks fans, NFL fans, where would you rate this? I mean, a 22-point demolition of the Chiefs tonight. Nearly almost had it a 29-point deficit in this contest here, and it was just definitely abysmal. Horrible blocking by the Chiefs right now. I mean, they were able to get their run going. I think they had like 106 yards in this contest, but still, I mean, just a lot of stuff you look at right here and just shake your head and just wonder, like, what could have gone wrong, how they were able to do this right here. I mean, when you really think about it.
4:06 to go.
And
4th and 10. The shotgun snap from 5 yards away. He's
right
chased
now,
out of the pocket. Chased in the play by McClendon to the far
really
sideline. Throws a pass down the far sideline. It was almost picked off incomplete. At the 5 in the numbers. Intended for Hill. Broken up by Winfield.
And often, because right now, I mean, for this contest, it was definitely something one to behold right now. And
shotgun snap, they rush 5. He moves out of harm's way. He's grabbed, he spins, he's back to the 30. He curls back, he's being chased. He's tripped up, he throws a pass into the end zone, knocks away, incomplete, while it was airborne and getting ready to hit the grass. He threw the ball, he throws it incomplete.
Here we go. So this is definitely an incredible performance right now by the Bucks. I think they definitely marked their niche in history as far as defensive history right now. I mean, for this game here. And there we are. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Like I said, I think as far as everything right now with this, everything that's been allowing to go right now, I definitely do feel like, I mean, this was definitely a game to forget, mainly prior to the penalties. How much was everyone turned off by the referee calling? But at the same time, too, I mean, you had a guy like Tony Dungy right now who made an interesting comment right here when we looked at it, too. Because speaking of this point differential, real quick before I wrap that up, I want to say right now, when you look at it, I mean, for this contest here, I mean, for everything that was able to go around. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry for all the starting here. Yeah, so here we go. Right now, this right here, as far as like point differential goes, I mean, this was a 22-point differential here. I mean, for this contest. I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm going to have to probably say after looking at it, I think this ranks 5th all time, I want to say. right behind the Raiders trouncing over the Redskins back in 1983. But here we go right here. Tony Dungy, Hall of Fame head football coach for the Colts. He tweeted on Twitter, Chiefs, they can't blame this first half on the refs. When you punch guys in the face after the play, line up offside and get beat deep and flail at receivers, penalties are going to get called. And that's the truth right there. I mean, there was a lot of emotions off being shown right there. And I think more so by the Chiefs. You saw the Chiefs got a lot more frustrated in this game. I mean, like I said, I think just the biggest difference overall, the Buccaneers were able to match speed for speed with the Chiefs. They've shown they could be pretty fast too. And I tell you what, for the TB12 diet, man, they were able to get this going right now. So let's go ahead and transition right now real quickly. What can the Steelers learn from this right now? What can they learn from this roster? Because we also seen too, as I just mentioned on my other show you hear me on deck on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com, was that Drew Brees, he was able to restructure his contract to free up $24 million in cap space in 2021. Now, remember, he is expected more than likely at this point by many to be retiring from the game. I doubt he's going to be coming back right now, but they still got a lot more ways to go. I think they're still like around $74 million, way over the cap. But still, I mean, just a reminder right now, is this going to be a done deal for Ben Roethlisberger here? Because I tell you what, it's not going to be looking at good. And then I'm just reading a tweet here from one of my guys here who I have on my show from time to time, Brian Diarlo of CBS Sports. Devin White was saying that Buccaneers knew they wanted to blow out Chiefs and their gimmicky offense. That's interesting. I have to definitely take a look at that a little bit later on. But like I said, I think the Steelers right now, they are definitely looking at another quarterback in due time right now. They can't figure out anything with the cap. Definitely do feel like right now, I mean, that would definitely be an interesting storyline to see what happens in that regard. But I got to tell you right now, after watching this game here, you look at it, I mean, more than anything, Ben Roethlisberger is be the biggest key to all of this right now. And I'm not sure if Dwayne Haskins is going to be that guy who they're going to see. But right now, I mean, one of the quarterbacks they were looking at is Kyle Trask of Florida. Kyle Trask right now, who plays with the Florida Gators right now. That's one of the quarterbacks the Steelers may want to decide to keep an eye on. He's the same size as Ben Roethlisberger at 6'5", and he has overall in his career too. I mean, for his overall passing, 69 touchdowns to 15 interceptions right here. He's been 1-1 in bowl games right here. Or 2-1, I should say. Anyway, will they be able to pick him at the number 24 spot? I mean, that's the thing right there, too. Because the thing is, too, I mean, got some optimism, hopefully, with the salary cap, being able to rise up. But I definitely do feel like right now they have to really definitely take some notes and kind of pay attention to what the Bucs just did right here. I mean, it just goes to show you right there, too. I mean, how much is it like having a lot more trust, but control? And then not only that, too, I mean, give credit to Bruce Arians, too. I had my doubts throughout this whole time, but you had to give Tom Brady some tough love, too. I mean, at some point. But at the same, I mean, as far as like criticizing for not throwing the ball deep, but remember, that was not part of Tom Brady's game plan when he came into this thing. The thing was, he had a lot more trust in him. He was able to communicate. And I think that's a big thing right now. I think what the Steelers miss is proper communication with their teammates. The way you communicate as a quarterback, as a player, I think is huge. Communication is everything right there. If you want to like go farther in anything, and I think if the Steelers right there, that it starts with little things like that. So right now, I'm still looking at right now. I'm still gonna go lineman. Then I'm gonna go running game. Then I will go quarterback, and then possibly outside linebacker if they can't come to terms with Bud Dupree. We shall see. But either way, he's going to demand a large market either way by his agent coming up in the off season for the time being here. So let's go ahead and get to like the Hall of Fame right now. Once again, congratulations earlier to guys like Bill Nunn, Alan Thacka, who will now be joining Bill Cowher, Diane Shell, and Troy Polamalu this summer for the 2020 and 2021 induction ceremonies in Canton. And hopefully, please, COVID, do not interfere in this one. I hope everything starts to clear up by the summer. Hopefully, these new mutations does not get worse as what we're anticipating. But I mean, we've got some good, encouraging signs. Debating future Hall of Famers for the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, slam dunk Hall of Famer. I'm not sure if he's going to be a first ballot, but if I had to pick, I'd probably say yes for right now. Mike Tomlin, definitely, he'll be there. I think he'll probably have to wait. I mean, we'll see. Let's see what his career finishes up as. But the thing is, too, I mean, is he going to be with the Steelers much longer? Are they going to want to go ahead and move in different directions? I mean, yeah, I mean, this coming season, he has an opportunity to pass Bill Cowher for most regular season wins. Antonio Brown, he's another one right now. I mean, if Kelvin Johnson's able to get in, I got to think Antonio Brown gets into the Hall of Fame with no issues. I mean, despite the beautiful thing about football, they hardly pay too much attention about character, but pretty much their performance on the field a lot and what they're able to do. And I mean, I heard Bob Pompiani say about a year ago about this time that he definitely has a lot of support for a guy like Antonio Brown. I mean, when his time comes up for the Hall of Fame right here, I mean, this guy has been a 7-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time All-Pro, one more All-Pro than Kelvin Megatron Johnson right now. He's officially a Super Bowl champion. He was part of the All-Decade team of 2010. So, yeah, I think if anything, I think he gets in the first ballot. I mean, now the ring definitely officially seals deal for that. And then the other guys here on here, too, is Maurkice Pouncey. Maurkice Pouncey, I know it's going to be a hesitation, but I'd have to say yes for right now. I don't see how he doesn't get in. I definitely do feel like he's going to have to wait a little bit. I mean, you look at a guy like I said, Alan Thacka right now. Look at how long he's had to wait. I mean, all these years, too, everything he had to overcome. I mean, this guy was a 6-time All-Pro. I mean, and you only got like 2 All-Pros for Pouncey, but yet he's tied for second most, or he's tied for the most Pro Bowls with Mean Joe Green here on this team. No, excuse me, he's got the second most, which is tied with Mike Webster. One more he'll tie with Mean Joe Green if he's able to stick around on this roster for next season, should he not announce his retirement. So we'll find out right there. So that's all I got to say for tonight. But once again, congratulations to Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here. The Chiefs, no doubt about it, they're a worthy champion, but today they were not in it mentally, and definitely the Buccaneers out-physicaled the Kansas City Chiefs tonight in all facets of this game right here and made them look silly and definitely embarrassed them along the way. I mean, the thing is, too, it almost looked like the Bucs wanted to kind of like just rub it in real quickly with the defense. They were definitely playing vicious throughout this whole contest. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Mass Steel Podcast. You can follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Prodigy Richey. Mass Steel Podcast on Twitter is at Mass Steel CGR, and on Instagram at Mass Steel Nation. So I leave you. Don't be trolling. Be rolling. Here we go, sirs. Here we go. I'm gone.